Hey guys, how are you today? I didn't realize there is still background music. It's quiet as fuck. Oh, okay, let me adjust it. Is it any better now, or is it the same? Hey Sin, hey Hexen. Alright, so I kinda. Well, first of all, this stream is not gonna be too long because I am really tired. I haven't been sleeping properly last few nights, so I have to fix that. And also, I realized that I really shouldn't be painting the bust in a slow way, and I should just, make stuff quicker with my airbrush. So that's what I'm doing today. All right. Yes, I am recording. Or like, do you mean whether I was recording beforehand or? I mean, yeah. Oh, by the way, the last VOD is already uploaded, but it's not published. So once I'm done, I will just publish it, and yeah. So don't you worry about that. Let's proceed to the topic of the day then. Sculpting. Oh, what? My dude. My man. Come on. What is this question? Man, it's way too early for this shit. Like it's 6 p.m. in here, but you know, still way too early in the stream. Okay, so if you guys are watching the Patreon videos, I'm gonna airbrush glaze in here as well. So I'm using like 1 drop of matte varnish. I'm using just a little bit of paint. Maybe this is like higher ratio of paint. And, you know, mostly water, some thinner, like 60% water, 30% thinner. And the rest is paint. Well, maybe a little bit more of the mix is paint, but, it's not exact science. It's a question about sculpting. Take it easy. But dude, like, I am not exactly a master sculptor, so. How do you make one piece of milliput harden quicker? Well, so it's epoxy putty. So I guess you want to make it dry and you want to make it warm. Is it true you are a master debater? Not this guy. Not this guy. Well, I need to start adding ultramat to my stuff as well. Yeah, if you're using inks, which you are, you definitely should use at least a little bit because inks are super glossy. Listen, I'll guy. What? Is it from Dune? Come on, you have tips for every occasion. Yeah, just make it warmer and make it drier. Well, a strap-on is definitely better than straight up sculpted dick. At least you can take it off. Okay, now adding more magenta. Now I'll be adding a little bit of this. Also a little bit of magenta. No, let's just do purple for now. No, actually, let's combine it. Oh, there we go. Hello, hello. Driving back home for the holidays. I'm not looking forward to it. But maybe you get some gifts, some presents. Oh, you are not looking forward to the drive. Not to see your family. Oh, another one. Does green stuff also has this crumbly, super dirty part? No, I don't think so. No. Every time I touch millipede, everything gets covered in white. What? Like, if it's a new batch of millipede, or if it's old millipede, then I guess it does that. But otherwise, a new millipede won't do that. But the green stuff should be good to go every time for the most part. It's more gummy also. But I gotta say, I prefer strictly millipede. I feel like sanding it down is more convenient. I would fly, but when we moved, I left my mom's ashes with my sister, and they are weird about flying with that stuff. I would fly, but when we moved, I left my mom's ashes with my sister, and they are weird about flying with us. Ah. Man, I'm sorry for your loss. Also, do you necessarily have to travel with ashes? I guess it's old. One part is gummy, the other one is crumbly. Oh, that's definitely old. For how long has it been open? What's happening? Have you seen it? Did you see that? Nope. It's the cable, most likely. You could perhaps use just Lightroom, and that would do the trick. No need for Photoshop. All right. Easy 8, hello. Also got a chance to test UV resin. So far works like a charm. The only issue is it's transparent. Don't buy transparent resin for gap filling. Yeah, not a great idea, true. But like, isn't the point to make exactly transparent UV resin? Because then you can sculpt water and waves and shit like that. Jeez, that looks insane. I'm just obsessed with those colors. Thank you. I finally got an airbrush and wow, is it hard? Is it? I mean, like, I guess. Like like with every other tool, you just need to learn to use it. But I think that if you watch a tutorial or two, you'll manage. Also, so do they actually make any other resins than UV resins that are not transparent? The new video is awesome, by the way. uh, I always like love videos when artists don't use airbrushes to show it can be done, and the lesson is always just get an airbrush. Uh, yeah, well, what can I say? Like, listen, you can do everything with your brush. Everything. But it'll take you so much longer if you like paint multiple light sources and perfectly blend them with your brush. It'll take you forever. But it can be done. So like if you want to take 200 hours to paint a piece just so it's like smooth and everything, yeah, sure. Paint with your paintbrush. But airbrush will make it so much faster. It also like someone in the chat just said, I think it's easy 8, right? Just mentioned that it's not easy to use. It's exactly like that. You can't use just airbrush and be done with it. You have to use your paintbrush on top of it to refine. Like, I have just done it right now. You've seen it. It's not a silver bullet. I just got one and it's harder than it looks. Yes, easy enough to use, but so easy to overdo. Yeah, you gotta play around with pressure and dilution. And that's about it, right? You should use what's available and not what is true. What do you mean by that, though? Yeah, no, don't. I just think that's funny. It's like I love when film photography hipsters call digital photographers not the real photographers. Yeah. Like if you have a tool, just use it. Why wouldn't you? Don't leave anything on the table. But you know, like when people tell you that airbrush is cheating, like that's just like outright stupid. And you don't have to worry about those people. You shouldn't take them seriously. But like what did I want to say? What did I want to say? Um uh Oh yeah. Some people complain that you are using an airbrush in a video and they don't have it. Like that actually still pisses me off. Like yeah, I'm also using paintbrushes. And I expect you to have a paintbrush. This is just what I'm using. This is what I present to you, and whether you use these tools or not, that's up to you. You know. I also like own over 200 or I don't know how many, like over 300 paints. I don't expect you to have over 300 paints. Just use what's available to you. But like, if I have a tool, I'm gonna use it, and you shouldn't complain about it. Just get the tool, or I don't know, just fuck off. Like, it's fine if you don't follow the tutorial, but don't complain about it. You use the type of paintbrush that they might not have. True, yeah. Exactly. And like, sure, if you're a total beginner, you know, I don't expect you to have a airbrush, but eventually, if you are serious about this hobby, holy shit, you're gonna save so much time and so much money by getting one. Like, why wouldn't you? Also, it's so funny that in the last video, I specifically didn't use an airbrush because, you know, I wanted to make the tutorial accessible to people. And then what happened is that people complained that I didn't use my airbrush. Because actually, for the price of 3 rattle cans, you can get an airbrushing set. But yeah. Uh, Actually, it's not very surprising. You can't satisfy all people with one video. That's something new and never happened before. True. Yeah. I know. I know. Hmm. But look, also it's a matter of attitude, right? Because if they come to me or like come to the comment section and say that they don't know what to do if they don't have an airbrush, and they are genuinely helpless, I guess, then it's understandable. But like, if you come in with an aggressive tone and actively complain that you don't have an airbrush and you expect me to do not use one, then I kind of have a problem with that, you know. How are all of you doing? I am doing fine personally, but I am very tired. On Monday, I had much more energy. Airbrush is cheating. I don't have an airbrush. Please put your airbrushes in the oven and melt them. Well, you can't really melt airbrushes into bits, but if you melt something, it essentially becomes one piece, right? Oh, One Piece. What a great anime. On the topic of airbrushes, what is your guys' opinion on the Hardenstein Mech evolution? I don't have one. No idea. But at the end of the day, the only thing that airbrush does is just propel paint. Right? That's about it. Oh, for the longest time I was using just a cheap airbrush that costs like $10, and it was fantastic. I don't have it anymore, actually. But that's because because it was so cheap, I didn't really care about it, and that was to such an extent that I didn't. I wasn't bothered to even clean it after I used it. So eventually it got clogged and fucked, and yeah, I just replaced it. But if I wasn't lazy and took care of it, then it would be fine. I guess the big thing about more expensive airbrushes is that they have better. They are made from better material, and because of that, they are cleaned more easily. I want the pressure valve on the front. Yeah, it's a really good thing because I don't manipulate the pressure on my compressor at all nowadays. Yeah, maybe even less, like 2 bars. I think like 2 bars is enough. Unless you're priming like an entire army. I don't think that I would personally be able to tell a difference between point 0.2 and point 0.25. Such a small difference. probably doesn't even matter. I try 0.15 and I see no difference between that and 0.25. True. I would actually say that 0.25 might be better because it doesn't clog as often. Okay, let's see what this little thing is supposed to look like. Hmm. No good references again. Oh well. Be your own reference. Paint her a mighty beard. Would have to sculpt it. Do you have anything from Creepy Tables? Nope. The thing about them is that they sculpt their iris. I think that they sculpt the eyes, and man, that's just stupid. Why would you do that? I hate when people sculpt the eyes, or like the inside of the eye. Yeah, the iris. Why would they do that? It takes away a lot of artistic freedom. Yes, that's what I think as well. And that's what many people think. But apparently, someone asked them, and what they said is that they want the eye angle to be fixed. They want all the bust to look at the same direction. That's just so stupid. Yeah, so there is one bust from them. I think it's called Cozy, and that one has sculpted eyes or iris. I have Warrior in red dress. That's a really cool sculpt, though. I give you that. To be honest, every time I look at it, I like it more. Yeah, that's an awesome sculpt. I like that one a lot. From what I remember, if I had to pick just one, that would be the one. I just saw your video on stipple glazing. What's the direction of the tip and the belly from the color you're trying to blend in? Uh, well, in an ideal world, it would be directly to the miniature. You know, it would be like as if you were stabbing the miniature. But honestly, it doesn't matter as much since you are stippling and you are not dragging the brush. You are leaving pigment at one spot. Because of that, doesn't really matter. Do I leave the paint on the color that is loaded in my brush? Do I leave the paint on the color that is in my brush? Do I leave the paint on the color that's in my brush? Man, can you expand on that? Because you have broken my mind with that sentence. Axel, hello. Yeah, thank you, thank you. There is a certain pattern on my streams, and that's that I always start a new project. It's always supposed to be just for fun, you know, just to paint something for fun. Something quick and easy. Nothing to try hard. And, well, yeah, from this side, it's not very refined. But, like, then I start liking the project, and then I dump so many hours in that, like, you know, might as well fucking put some effort into that piece. But yeah, no, I will definitely not refine this one as much because honestly, it's not supposed to be like a high level painting. But I like it for what it is. But yeah, like if I do non-metallic metal with a rust color and darker yellow, if I stipple dark yellow, do I make a stab where most of the paint is left on the rust or the dark yellow? So, there is no right answer here, but also there is no wrong answer here. Well, maybe there is, but not necessarily. So let's imagine that you have magenta right here. You don't have to imagine it, you can actually see it. Okay, let's make it a bit lighter. Now, let's paint beige red right next to it. And then there's gonna be another mid-tone between these two. Yeah, let's just wet bond it, because why not? I wanted to make the transitions more sharp, so you can see it properly, but you'll see it. I know that feeling happens a lot. You start with super cool ideas for the project and ends up swallowing a lot of hours, but Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's exactly the pattern here. We can use my airbrush so it dries faster. But yeah, this will need more layers, so just hold on. Okay, this is good. Yeah, I mean, Mr. McMaster, this is very smart, so I don't blame you. So now you have multiple options. You have 3 layers in here, and you can do whatever the fuck you want. Either you are, because there are like 3 colors, you are either extending this color into this midtone, or you can extend this lightest color into this midtone, or you can extend this midtone into both sides, and it doesn't matter. And the way you do that is that you either take this color and extend it into beige red, or extend it that way, or additionally, what you can do is mix another midtone that you will put on the transition, right here or right here. All are valid. So I just say that I want to blend these two. So I have mixed a midtone between these two, and now I'm gonna put it on the transition. And take 200 years to blend it. Because they are not very different. Or rather, they are very different. And you can kind of see that it's becoming more smooth. Does it make sense or not? Now, if you feel like you don't have full opacity right on this layer, which I don't have, then you can just go over it with your brush again. And then if the transition is still not smooth enough, then, well, go back to that mid-tone between these 2 layers and start stipple glazing again. Now I'm coming back to this original layer and just going over that a little bit, because you can still kind of see that there is not that there is the black primer um, visible from underneath. You know, and you can do just some back and forth, and then it'll be quite smooth, I think. If the transition is not smooth enough, reconsider your life choices and get a life. Never. And then on this side, you can do the same. So just let me adjust it. Man. Okay, good. You know, and you can simply do some back and forth and just end it whenever you want. I don't know, dude. Like I think that you kind of get it from this. Of course, whenever I am actually painting, like I utilize everything, and I don't stipple glaze as much, to be honest. Like if I'm trying to smooth out something to be 100% smooth and seamless, then maybe, or just to adjust some parts. But if I hard sketched my gradient like this, I wouldn't use stipple glazing for the most part. Hi Zumigito, I'm thinking some time to buy Army Painter paints because I don't like to mix colors. Alright. You think it's a good idea? I have so many paints. N- I wanna say no because, like, why don't you wanna mix paints? It's just so natural. Do you use wet palette? You do? I paint armies. Oh, okay. So if you paint armies for the most part and you wanna keep it consistent, then man, that's up to you. I think it's fine. The new army painter is completely fine. The fanatic range. Thank you very much for the demonstration. Oh, no worries. No worries at all. It's fine. Again, this isn't supposed to be like high effort piece anyway. Um, which it's becoming, but whatever. Yeah, actually, the latest video that I made this year about Army Painter, I think that I wasn't too harsh, but like I could be more generous toward or generous more uh how do you say it? Mm, I could be nicer towards Army Painter. That's for sure. Because the fanatic range is genuinely much improved over the last uh, what was the range called? War paint, regular war paint. And yeah, the only problem is that some of the paints are quite desaturated, and that's about it. If they fix that, it's great. Yellows are great, reds are just non-existent. Blues and greens are good as well. I see. I like saturated colors. That's why I like AK. Same here. Same here. But it's not a problem with every single paint, just some of them. Like for example, I did find it quite difficult to get a nice non-metallic metal gold because I struggled to find some really saturated browns that lean ochres and browns that lean towards yellow. So yeah, I see. But I love the idea to have two triads in each color. Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily get stuck up on triads. It's fine, I guess, for army painting. But you can just create your own paint recipes. Thank you, Subikito. I love your videos, by the way. Thank you. Appreciate you. Also, your paint jobs. Thank you. Actually, that makes me happier than liking my videos. Getting at the end of the year, what are your goal project for next year? Oh, so next year, I want to paint 10 miniatures to like a display level or like competition level even. Out of curiosity, do you live stream only on Twitch? Yes, that's right. I want to keep things separated, but the VODs are available on YouTube. Anyway, my goals are when it comes to just painting, me and my painting, I wanna finish 10 high level projects. So that's my own personal goal. And for the channel, I wanna start. I wanna keep running 3 different series. One is gonna be about like painting these high level pieces, but it's gonna be in various formats. Then I'm gonna ramp up the explained in 5 minutes videos. And lastly, I'm gonna be army painting. Army painting again. But it's gonna be with a twist. Because I genuinely despise and hate army painting. The idea of painting the same miniature 100 times is crazy to me. I hate it. So it's kind of gonna be centered around that idea that I hate army painting. So yeah. Recently noticed that UI paints I was testing last 3 months are actually made from the same medium as AK. Problem with them is they are low concentration pigment paints. But man, they are mad as fuck. Yeah, because the medium in AK is also quite matte, you know? So if you're using more medium, it gets more matte. I think that makes sense. So yeah, those are my goals. Do you guys have any goals for next year? That's actually a great question. Finish my 2K army. Alright. You said you should be nicer to army painter. Now you're saying you hate army painting. I hate army painting, not army painter. Big difference. About 20 Marines and Magnus left. Dude. It's fine. You should set more ambitious goals. So I want to bring my army one notch above what it currently is. I'm doing okay in tournaments, but I really want my painting score to be above. Yeah. Actually, before I started like painting full time, and what actually pushed me towards display painting and even competition painting is that because I don't want to say I was a shitty Warhammer gamer player, but you know, I really took my time painting my army, have it all nice and shit. And once it was finished, it wasn't as good. It was still playable, but it didn't win very often. So instead, I focused on winning the painting part of the tournament. Which happened, and the rest is history. So yeah, that's a nice goal. Survive. Oh, man. Then survive first half year of newborn baby. I forgot how exhausting it was. This year I finished 117 models. That's actually quite impressive. Given your situation. Man. Hoping I can do at least half of those in 2025. Oh, I already won an event. Now I want to win the painting. So I win it all. I want to start playing Age of Sigmar. I have many armies, but no time to play. LOL. Yeah, actually, I might set a goal to play Underworld. Supposedly, Underworld is supposed to be much better balanced. And also, you just need a single warband, right? But yeah, you know what? I would actually like to play a game of Age of Sigmar as well. $3.5k, not even unpacked Cruel Boys. Oh, mama! That's a lot of plastic. For me, it all started when I tried non-metallic metal and went downhill from there. You are like, this power, it can't be contained. I must embrace it. What paint do you use? Like, you mean which particular paint pot or brand? When I have free time, I like to paint, but I never played a single game. I did. Well, I started painting because I wanna play. Now it's all gone. I just paint. Brand. The brand I use, like 95% of all paints I use is from AK Interactive. It's okay to never play a game. True. But then again, you have some people on YouTube in the comment section who tell you that why the fuck would you spend so much time on a miniature when it's meant for playing the game? Yeah, like Chaos Whispers came on, spent 10 hours on this trooper or 50. You gotta like it. I find painting a lot more relaxing. Oh man, at this point I would, well, it depends on what I'm painting, I guess. But when I'm painting some minis, I think that like if I was gaming, it would be more relaxing. And I get a lot more for my money with the painting than the game aspect. Oh yeah, yeah, 100%. Yeah, true, true, true. So what army are you thinking of painting? Well, the options are. Oh man, I maybe should run a poll for this. So initially, I was thinking it'll be between Drukari, because I already have a Drukari army, but like at this point it's kind of old. Like, um, I'm not too happy about it. Not too happy with it. So I would like to update it, and also you have quite a lot of variety in Drukari army. Another option was Black Templars. Definitely not Adeptus Mechanicus. So either Drukari or Black Templars. But Black Templars are all painted the same way. Jesus Christ, I don't know whether I want to do that or not. Another idea is to paint Eldar, like Craft World Eldar, because you have a lot of variety. And, like for example, I would like to mix Dwarf Spiders with Swooping Hawks, I think is the name, and all the different aspect warriors, and you can use different colors for them, and it's not monotonous. That's the idea. So it's either Eldar, Drukari, or Black Templars, but also I have goblins, so I might actually combine all of these and do a little bit of everything, I guess. But at the same time, I would prefer to have a single project that I want to start in January and finish in December or November or whatever. And at the same time, when you think about it from the YouTube algorithm standpoint and popularity standpoint, I should pick fucking Space Marines because that makes monetary sense. But at the same time, I would fucking die if I had to paint 100 more Space Marines and they are all fucking black. So, I hope that answers your question. Where did you get the bust from? The bust is from InMotion Creative, I think. InMotion Creations. InMotion Creations is the name of the company. It's still available, but it's limited, so you might wanna get it now. I'm looking at that magenta on this model, and I think Emperor's Children, I gotta love that color. Emperor's Children would be lovely, however, they are coming later in 2025, and I want to start in January. Hey Zumi, how is it going? It's alright. I am quite tired today, but other than that, can't complain. I paint Space Marines according to armor type and chapter colors. I use only for unique units. Yeah, I mean, I really like Black Templars because they have all the cool trinkets and tabards and shit like that, But like painting 100 of them, man. Yeah, I can see how those army are more suited for you and allow you to diversify your painting. And maybe only have one thing in common to bring the army back together. Yeah, like, it would be perfectly fine to actually have all the units painted differently, but as long as they are they have the same base, you're good. And for Eldar, it's pretty natural because like Warp Spiders have their own color scheme, Striking Scorpions have their own color scheme, Dire Avengers as well. Do Drukhari and paint Dead Space Marines on the basis. Just make them a terrain. What a great idea. I mean, like, I guess that would work. Okay, not bad, not bad. Today we made some significant progress on the chest. Actually, pretty happy with how it turned out. With different color schemes, army on the board looks awesome and color coded. Phobos I have in khaki, green plus green, yellow colors, gravies. Oh, oh wow, whoa, that's a lot of colors. All right, listen. I actually wanted to stream for just 1 hour, We made it 1 hour and almost 40 minutes. So I'm gonna end the stream right here. Made some progress. I'm pretty happy with it. You know, I would prefer if the boobs were a bit bigger so I can have more more fun, but not in the way that you're thinking. I mean, like more fun painting them. Um, but anyway, this is it for this stream. If you are not following me yet on Twitch, you can do so now. Um, and if you don't wanna, that's also fine, I guess. However, if you didn't make it to the start of the stream, you can watch it later on YouTube. It's Zumikito VOD on YouTube, so subscribe to that channel if you wanna watch the VODs later. And now, oh, by the way, we'll see each other on Monday, but that might be the last stream of this year. And now we can raid someone else. And if Cryo is online, we might be raiding him. Oh, he is. Okay, well, that makes it pretty straightforward. All right. So anything else? Nope. All right. So see you on Monday, my dudes. Bye-bye.